Exercise 1.
When his mother passed away, he didn't cry at the funeral. He cried the next morning when he realized the house sounded different, quieter, no footsteps, no kettle boiling. That's the thing about loss. It doesn't shout. It whispers.
Now here is the question. What idea does the story emphasize? Exercise 2. She lived alone but always set 2 plates for dinner. She wasn't lonely. She was remembering. The second plate was for the version of herself that never stopped dreaming, never gave up painting, never settled. They ate together in silence every night. Now here is the question. What does the second plate symbolize? Exercise 3. He painted for 40 years and never sold a single piece. Not because he was unknown, people offered, but he refused. Selling a painting, he said, is like selling a memory, and my memories aren't for sale. Now here is the question. What does the artist value most? Exercise 4. She grew up surrounded by time. Her father built clocks that never stopped ticking. Yet she was always late. Not because she didn't care, but because she understood something he didn't. Time isn't measured in seconds, but in moments that matter. Now here is the question. What message is being conveyed? Exercise 5.
He reached the last page of the book and closed it slowly, not because it was over, but because he wasn't ready to return to himself. That's what good stories do. They don't just tell you something new. They take you somewhere else, then leave you changed when you come back.
Now here is the question. What does the story suggest about great books? Exercise 6.
She wasn't afraid of heights. She was afraid of falling for something that wouldn't catch her, whether it was love, ambition, or a wild idea. Gravity, she said, isn't just physics. It's the weight of trusting that something will be there when you land.
Now here is the question. What is gravity a metaphor for in the story? Exercise 7. He didn't collect stamps or books. He collected voices, snippets of conversations from cafes, trains, hallways. He wrote them all in a notebook, not the words, but the tones, the emotions. He said, "Words lie." But the sound of a voice, that's the truth people can't fake. Now here is the question. Why did the man collect voices? Exercise 8. She often wondered who she would have been if she had said yes that night. One choice, one crossroad. A version of herself might be living in another country, loving someone else, building a different dream. But she chose no. And now, she lives with the echo of a life unlived, a quiet shadow beside her every step. Now here is the question. What emotion is the story centered around? Exercise 9. The pianist played not with urgency, but with patience. Every pause between notes seemed deliberate, almost sacred. When asked why she played so slowly, she said, It's not the notes that move people, it's the silence between them. That's where emotion lives. Now here is the question. What does the pianist believe about music? Let me know your answer in the comments.